The story of a legendary assassin who was reincarnated and is now working as a royal guard is truly fascinating. In a past life, he was known as the Ghost of the Empire, a ruthless and highly paid killer who could take out any target without leaving a trace. However, he led a very solitary existence, believing that attachments only made one vulnerable. But everything changed when he met an enigmatic woman named Irene, who would become his wife. Despite his initial reluctance, he found himself falling in love with her, and eventually they had a son. But his peaceful family life didn't last long. During a mission, he was betrayed and left to die, but he managed to survive. After taking out his attackers, he disappeared, seeking refuge in a remote village where he raised sheep. For years, he lived a simple life, burying his pain in his work. But his past eventually caught up with him. One day, a royal messenger arrived at his village and informed him that the king had bestowed upon him the title of Royal Guard. This was a prestigious position with the responsibility of protecting the king and his family. It came with a noble title and a hefty salary, as well as the right to claim half of any treasure the king's party found during their travels. Intrigued, he decided to accept the offer and set out on a new adventure. However, he soon realized that being a royal guard was more than just a prestigious job. It was a chance for him to protect someone other than himself, to be part of something greater than himself. And so he took on the challenge, embracing his new life and responsibilities. Meanwhile, the real reason why the king offered him the position was because he had a secret plan to get rid of the troublesome hero, the one who had been causing him nothing but headaches. The king thought that by offering the hero a noble title and a hefty salary, he would be enticed to take the job. But he had no way of knowing what kind of person the hero really was, what kind of past he had, or what kind of woman he had chosen to be his wife. As the hero traveled to the capital with his wife and son, the king became increasingly uneasy, knowing that he had made a terrible mistake. He tried to make amends, offering the hero a chance to back out of the deal, but it was too late. The hero was already on his way and the king's plan was falling apart. To make matters worse, the hero's wife turned out to be none other than Irene, the woman the hero had fallen in love with in his past life. She was the same woman who had been the target of the assassination he had taken out years ago. And to top it all off, the hero's son was the reincarnation of the legendary assassin who had once haunted the king's nightmares. Now, despite all these complications, the king was determined to make the best of the situation. He welcomed the hero and his family into the castle, hoping that they could put aside their differences and work together for the good of the kingdom. Little did he know that he was in for a wild ride.